elbows being off the floor. And from there to a single leg curl, alternating legs. From here we progress to Hypers, or lower back exercises, normally done on weight machines. Here we do them over a physio ball, which forces some connectivity and stability. Go from a lower back exercise to reverse Hypers with the legs, and again, without connectivity to the core, the athlete tends to want to fall off the ball. From here we can go to alternate leg Hypers, and again maintaining control in the sweet spot. These are sit-ups with a bit of a difference. It's an extended crunch, arching all the way back. Here an extended crunch with an oblique twist. Again, where one might normally do these exercises on the floor, this adds an extra element of connectivity. From here we can go to an oblique crunch, and again you can either do this exercise with a partner or jam your feet into the baseboard against the wall to create some stability, working to more of a streamline type position into a streamline hold. And from here you can progress to even putting pressure on that line by placing, in this case, the 6-pound medicine ball between your arms. Although this next exercise looks simple, it isn't, and it requires a lot of concentration and focus, keeping the pressure connected at the core. From there you progress to a dumbbell roll, and we'll look at this from two sides, and it's primarily set up for the rotating action you get coming off the wall in the turns. Helps the athletes rotate from the hips and keep their line focused. The next series of exercises work with upper body conditioning, some of the even shoulder maintenance stuff that you might do. Starts with the basic level, just leaning against the ball, not as much instability. And again, we show you just a couple of exercises. From here you can progress to where the back is placed on the ball. Again, you want to keep your line straight, focus on the sweet spot. You're going to go through 3 different exercise patterns in this sequence. And again, there are probably a number that you can put in with this concept in mind, from this kind of fly pull to a dumbbell pullover, and again with a little extended crunch into it. From here you can go to a single leg maneuver, which places a lot more pressure on that core stability line. And again, we'll show you one exercise here, which is a bench press, but there are many others that you can do. The next series of exercises are very similar in nature, except more of a sitting position on the physio ball. These exercises can be done in progressions with 2 legs on the ground, and then working to a single leg on the ground. And again, we've only shown you a couple of exercises in the sequence. There are many, many exercises that you can do in connection with this position. Here we have the Dyna Disc exercises with athletes standing with their hands by their side to start with, learning to balance, putting the focus on the sweet spot. When they can master that, go to arm movement into side or streamline position. When they're comfortable with that, go to a single leg drill where they again put the focus on that core, a little more imbalance. Try not to let the opposite leg help the balance process, put the focus in the core when they do their balancing. Real important to keep the line tension really strong, and as they master this technique they can move the arms into different positions to try to create a more of an imbalanced situation. A normal step up that you do on a box or a bench or a bleacher, put a Dyna Disc in there and it creates a little more instability and focus on the line. From here you can go to a step up with a more streamlined position to really help the athlete focus on that line. From here we can progress to a lunge type exercise, which is a split squat in this situation, 1 foot on the Dyna Disc to create the instability circumstance. Again, make sure you put the focus on the sweet spot in the core, keep the line of the body into more of a streamline position again, putting pressure on that line. From here we can go to more of a leg movement, reverse lunge. And from here we can go to a split squat and a military press. And again, these are just a variety of exercises. There are many more that you can put into this type of sequence. The next sequence deals with the Olympic style lifting, and again would be a great precursor program prior to doing actual lifting with weights. Here's just a simple squat on Dyna Discs from the front and then from the side. And again, working on the balance issues, form issues, connectivity, putting the focus on the sweet spot. From there you can progress to just some basic dumbbells with the same basic exercise. From there you can progress to kind of an overhead bar type exercise with again just a very light bar or a broomstick, either way, and again just working on the technique and form associated with these kind of exercise, with the added problem of doing these on a Dyna Disc, which forces the athlete to focus on balance issues at the same time. The next exercise is an RDL, Olympic style lift. Make sure you begin with a very light weight, put the back in the correct position, focus on the sweet spot. This is followed by an Olympic squat with a military press continuation. And again, there are many other exercises or applications that you can use with this in mind. The majority of programs out there do some kind of medicine ball routine. However, most of these people do this standing on terra firma. In this situation, we're dealing with the Dyna Disc, and again, the balance issues involved with the Dyna Disc. Again, we're going to do just a couple throws just to give you an idea of what we're thinking in the sequence. And again, the key is to focus the balance in the core area. Keep the stability focused in the core area. It's a simple around-the-clock maneuver, putting a little more pressure on the edges. From here, go into a single leg sequence with a simple chest pass, and again, there are a variety of different exercises that you can do with this concept in mind. These next series of exercises work with shoulder maintenance, and again, done on a Dyna Disc, creates a lot more instability and forces the athlete to work on the connectivity of the body, putting the focus on the sweet spot to maintain balance. It's real important when they do these kinds of exercises that they put the focus in on the core and the sweet spot, and don't let that opposite leg balance them too much. Here are a couple of exercises that work with the right leg, right-left kind of circumstance. And last exercise in the sequence, and there are many more that you could do in this, would be a tricep extension. These next series of exercises are specific to backstroke. Again, they're great for proprioceptive feel for the line that they need to have in the water. Start with the basic mode with both heels on the ground. And again, although it looks easy, it's not. Once they master that skill, work with one leg off the ground. And again, work with the line, the connectivity on the line. And once they've mastered one leg off the ground, go to two legs off the ground. And again, once they get to this level and they can move their arms in a backstroke pattern, you can see here the subject is starting out with just some basic movements, and then we'll work to more complex dynamic movements. Once they can get to this level, they will improve tremendously with their line in the water, the connectivity and feel for this line in the water.